Joanna. Welcome to our channel. And I'm so happy today we're again here to share about the Global Talent Independent Visa today, about the updates. Because last year, if you have followed my channel, we have recorded a video last year in August. And it was before the launch of GTI. And now GTI have already launched for a few months now. And we are so glad that we have Joanna with us today because she can share with us her experience and what she have done with the client. We have already have a few successful cases. And this is why we would like to share more about what this GTI is all about. So welcome, Joanna.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Vivian.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we just have a quick review about what is GTI and why is there such a visa.
Okay, thank you, Vivian. So last time we talked about the introduction of Global Talent Independent Visa, so it's called GTI. At the time we talked about this, they did not announce yet. So, and after they announced that in place, now, Global Talent Independent Visa has actually operated since October last year. So it's about a 6-month time. Vivian asked me about what is Global Talent Visa, why we have such a visa introduced. So Global Talent Independent Visa is actually a skill visa as well, which Australia want to attract highly skilled candidates from around the world to come and live in Australia permanently.
Oh wow!
Yes.
So it's much better than just a skill visa.
It is definitely the best. It's definitely the best application of visas
at the moment
currently. Yes.
Oh, great. Okay, and I know there are 5,000 that quotas for this year, right?
Yes. Australia wants to target 5,000 highly skilled talents come to Australia. So for one financial year. So currently, we actually have so many applications still left.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so can you review with the industry what kind of skills they are particularly looking for?
Okay, currently I think we have 7 sectors, but it's not limited to 7 sectors.
Okay.
So just giving an example of 7 sectors, including agriculture technology, medical technology, financial technology, space and advanced manufacturing,
okay,
and quantum information, data science, ICT, as well as IoT. Many areas. So the 7 sectors, it's primarily we are looking at these one of the 7 sectors, but it is not only limited to these 7 sectors.
Okay, when you say not only limited, can you give a few more examples that outside of these sectors that maybe you have done or you can share?
Okay, so some areas, for example, of in particular some about AI. It's not just within the normal ICT area, but it's still very growthy. So it's a growth industry. So Australia is actually looking for someone who's working in the industry for many years, and these industries have a growth.
Okay. Yeah. All right, cool. So what actually are the requirements for this GTI visa?
So if people want to go to the website, department website, they can see the department's website showing very basic requirements, such as you are able to attract high income threshold.
Okay.
Secondly, of course, you are working one of the sectors we mentioned.
Okay.
And thirdly, you are highly skilled in your industry.
Okay, well, can you elaborate more? So there is a threshold income. Income threshold is $148,700 at the moment, right?
Okay, so high income threshold is according to Fair Work. So each year they have different figures because really people get promoted, right? So and the market change. So this is actually indication whether you are skilled or not. Because really, if you're a really skilled person, you're likely to earn a lot of income. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So it's not one.
It's
area
not a must.
only. It's not must.
Okay, but it's
really
an indication.
It's an indication
to show if you have that kind of level of skills, you kind of like have that kind of income threshold.
Highly skilled. For example, if you're not actually earning this amount of money at this moment, but you are in a country where your income is actually 20% of the top income earners, high income earners, that is likely you can get invited as well, because it's not just based on figures. If you are in US or in Hong Kong, you might be earning a lot more than that basic requirement. But if you're working with different countries, if you're earning 100,000 Australian dollars, you are already a high income earner. So it's really about indication. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So, okay, so what exactly are the talent officers looking for, based on your experience?
Okay, so first of all, it's based on my experience. Next, second one, it's based on our understanding of Australian government intention. So what Australian government wants is someone who can bring in talent, that they can create what I referred as 3 areas. First of all, productivity.
Okay.
They're able to create, and they have potential to create job for others. Productivity and promotion. They're able to grow into next stage.
Okay.
The third one is potential. Whether this person will come after they come into Australia, they can enter the industry where they have potential for the whole market.
Okay.
So the other areas that we're looking at, for example, we look at someone who have innovative ideas, or someone who have invention. That's important too. If they have invention. Thirdly, if they have initiative, they are keen to learn something different, to do something different. Even they're working in the industry and they have been working on that for a long time, but they have initiative to see something different and to try something different.
Okay, awesome. All right. And how many cases have you dealt with so far? And how many are successful, and how many are in progress? If you can share some successful rate with us.
Okay, so so far it's 100% successful rate, because we only take clients who has an outcome of success.
Awesome.
Currently we've got
very good.
Yeah. So it is really critical for us to only work for candidates. They have we have confidence that they are able to obtain Australian permanent visa. So we only help very qualified clients. We don't take everyone. So it's bear in mind. So we do have assessment stage where we can select whether someone who we want to work with. So currently we have 4 successful cases since, and now because of travel ban, then department is actually not they don't want the people to come to, travel to Australia, and Australia need to spend a lot of money for them to take them to go to the hotel and ask them to stay there for quarantine for 14 days, and then we have to send out our medical officers to give them text.
Understandable.
So it really is a lot of effort to maintain this. Currently, department, we got a few cases. I think another 3 cases still pending. We lodged it already, but we talked to talent officer. They just basically saying, look, it's not we don't do work. We're still doing work. We're still working from home. But because we don't want them now just to travel in, and we have an issue because we have to send out a bunch of medical officers to give them a texting, to take them mobile away, to do a lot of questions. That it's really, we don't want troubles to our community, really.
Yeah, I hope this will, they will lift the travel ban very soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
So so me and Joanna, we are here to help. So if you think you have a skills, feel free to contact me, and then we will go through and we will assess and evaluate whether we think you are eligible candidates before we can move forward. As Joanna just mentioned, we only work with motivated clients that you really, we work as a team together. We build your portfolio together and help you to get success in your PR.
Yeah, thank you.
That's great. So, so we already say we evaluated it, and can you share any successful cases? Maybe, I don't know if but because we do have confidentiality with our clients' portfolio, but is there anything you can share to the clients?
Okay, so based under code of conduct, we're not allowed to share details of cases, but I can give you an area we have been working in the past.
Okay, great.
Really, why we think this has an outcome, a successful outcome. And I'm not giving an indication that you should apply if you're in this area. It doesn't. It only applies for individual cases. So areas we've been working, for example, in the agriculture industry. We have cases where the clients were able to predict predict the outcome of this year's production. So it's really good because, for example, if in this scenario, for example, we can give an example in oil, right? Currently, oil price is dropping dramatically.
Oh my God!
And the reason, because now we have a problem because it's really expensive to actually store the oil.
Yeah.
So instead, they want to they cannot sell, cannot restore. That's a problem because you cannot predict. If you cannot predict the outcome of the oil, sales figure, that is difficult. In terms of agriculture, we do need to predict as well how much. How many product we need to produce, and this we use different analysis, for example, data science.
Okay.
So this is one areas we in the past.
So you're actually using some data analysis, so
Correct.
sophisticated way to, because it affected by weather, there's a lot of factors, and
Yes.
now that we can't export, that we may have a lot more than we needed in the world, and so this kind of data analysis were based on, they can calculate it. Is that kind of
Correct. So
innovation?
It's really critical for us in our industry as well.
Okay.
So other areas, for example, they can they actually manipulate vegetables, or they can change vegetable. They were able to grow in a very dry areas.
Okay.
For example, in South Australia. So in South Australia, there's many of the innovative elements there, and people want to try to find some way that crops able to grow in South Australia, because South Australia is really dry, and to be able to increase the number of crops. Yes.
So in a way, they have this innovation. They analyze the data. So based on that, they can kind of evaluate what can do differently to increase the growth or maintain the growth to help the agricultural.
Correct.
So this will eventually will help the whole society, obviously,
Correct.
and the food chain as well.
Correct.
So this is what the Australian government are really looking for, how you can help in the long term. And this is what we are good at, Joanna is good at putting up as a case and present it to the talent officer to help you to gain the visa.
Yes, it is important for presentation because we work with experts in these particular areas. In all areas, we have expert consultant. Well, we're able to build a case where to present your case the best possible to the talent officer and to the processing team. Really, this is because when clients working in that industry, they don't see themselves as talent staff. They do not know how to present. It is really different to skill migration. It's really different to business visa. You really don't know what you need to prepare. We actually have lots of candidates ask us before. What do I need to prepare? What do you need from me? What?
Yeah, correct. So if you don't understand this kind of visa, we are the expert in doing it now. And as Joanna, since the size of the South Australian visa, she has been dealing with this kind of cases.
Correct.
This is kind of like a tailor-made individual skill visa. It's not like the normal skill visa, you have to, meet certain industry.
Yes.
So this is why we're good at, and why Joanna is good at it, and help you to present the case and we make sure we're successful. And now we have 100% successful cases. And so we are so happy to help clients. So obviously, if we evaluate and we don't think you may have
be frank to you.
Be frank to you.
We have actually said a lot. No to a lot of our potential candidates, and we decline them. We just said them, no, I can't get you. I don't think you're able to get it for the current situation. We were just very frank to them.
Okay, So feel free to make an inquiry. We'll look at it first. If we don't think you're eligible, we won't even take your case. And we think you work with. We're very, very happy, to help you. And this kind of visa, usually, how long does it take to get the visa? If
Travel ban is lifted.
So
the procedure under the guidance is actually 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
It is.
That is extremely fast.
We want everybody can travel.
Have you heard about an Australian PR visa you can obtain in 3 weeks?
This is a fantastic visa.
Wow.
When the government introduced one, if they want to make it a priority process, it is the best visa in the history that's very tailored services and very specific processing team looking after this particular visa only. And we have talent officers across the world to attract more talented people to come here. So processing time is shorter, first of all. Secondly, they actually have not other visa conditions.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds much faster than normal business visa, which take now 2 years, and skill visa
you don't know how long.
You don't know how long, and but we are very, very confident. That's why we're so excited with this Global Talent Independent Visa, and we are happy to help more people in this area. Okay. So after the application successfully granted, what's next?
Okay. So first of all, Global Talent Independent, it's a type of permanent visa with no visa conditions. It is free. They are they can decide whether to come to Australia or not, to decide to live in Australia or not, to live in different states, whatever they want to live. And so there's no visa condition attached. It's type of permanent visa that's they actually have more freedom than other skill migration visas.
So because it's a PR, you don't have the normal temporary visa, business visa. You need to live in a certain period of time to gain the PR.
Yes.
And I think we've mentioned previously, just repeat that you can only live here for 1 day, and you can renew the visa in 4 or 5 years, right?
So the minimum requirement is you stay in Australia 1 day after 5 years. And but I encourage you, please do come and live here. And then really, because we are want your talent, want you to actually grow for the next stage. Who knows what happens to you? And then we really want you to actually start your business. That's what we want.
Yeah, okay. So I just want to make it more fair to say, okay, Australian government do want your talents to come here.
Yes.
And to be fair, they give you a PR right away.
Right.
Why did they give you a PR? Because first of all, we have one of the best medical, social security here in Australia.
Yes.
Look at this pandemic and look at how much support we've got from the
Because
government. And
support from
secondly,
government.
we have a school you can go,
Free education.
free education, and I think this is to play a fair part being an Australian, and why we're so proud. You have to play your bit to contribute back to the community
Yes.
and society. Of course, you have the freedom to travel in now, and we understand because a lot of our clients now actually they are currently working on some projects, and
Yes.
they may have to continue with their current project.
Yes.
This is why there is this kind of flexibility.
Yes.
But give you 5 years, hopefully you'll come here and ready to, stay here permanently
Yes.
and contribute back to Australia.
Yes.
And because we do want to see the benefits of this kind of visa, helping more people to come to Australia and helping our Australian economy.
Yes.
So this is why, so in the long term, if we want this visa to be continuously doing it, sustainable, then obviously the government will measure the outcomes, or the people, if they really come 1 day and go back and doesn't come here, they will review it.
Yes.
They will review it, the requirements, and make it tighter and harder. Okay, so we don't want that to happen.
Yes.
So I hope that you're seriously thinking coming to Australia.
Correct.
And then utilizing your skills and helping the Australian economy and everybody here, and you can have a better life here as well.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. So, what about their spouse?
Okay, so the partner or their spouse, they can be married or de facto relationship. That's fine too.
Okay.
They can be same sex relationship
Oh.
as well. So it's fine. So
we are legal in that.
okay, it's legally it's
Australia.
recognized in Australia. So their spouse and their partner they will have the same rights. They have same rights according to they have free Medicare, and they can travel out to Australia.
They can find jobs here.
They can find jobs.
Okay.
They can work or not work. So they have freedom, just like the main applicant.
Wow, awesome.
Yes.
That sounds so good. So we have actually updated about the Global Talent Independence Visa because we have so many inquiries about it.
Yes.
One last question. I want to get your professional about MedTech. I have because recently Australian government really want the MedTech. Can you elaborate a little bit more what is MedTech? Because some people think they're in the medical industry, they're practitioners, but is that really MedTech?
No, it is not. So currently, let me take. So we just spoke to the town office the other day, and basically the government. The current situation is really, if you're working in this area, they will give you out a permanent visa straight away.
Okay.
They can give you special entry.
A special entry.
Which means nobody,
Even under the travel ban.
Correct.
Okay.
So they can give you a special entry. Currently, nobody can travel if you're not Australian permanent resident and they don't want a grant visa for them to travel. But now, if you're working in this industry, they can give you special entry.
Wow.
Which you can come.
Because we want the skills.
Okay, they want your skill. So I can give you an example of what kind of areas we are actually looking. So if you're a general practitioner working in Australia, I will encourage you just to go to normal skill migration. And if you have this kind of difficulty, you can just contact us for that. But we are looking actually for someone who can bring change. I can give you a good example of someone did it in Hong Kong. I recently just read an article. They were able to produce this spray and to cover the coat, to cover clothes. If they place this spray and can protect someone for 90 days. And that is the technology in the medical industry.
Oh my God.
We know someone is doing it. If you are in one of the professions, please contact me. We can give you a special entry.
Honestly, my prospect is actually doing that. I should talk to her about this matter.
Okay, if you're working in this project, come over here. We give you a special entry and permanent visa for your whole family. And I can give you another example. Someone who's producing 3D printing for organs, right? 3D printing for organs. For example, for current surgeon, if you need to replace your organs, then you have to have a fresh organs, right? And some areas, small area, cheap, they can actually replace by 3D printed materials. And this, it's really highly, very high tech as well. And if you're working this, no problem, special entry as well. So, and if you're working with really helping us to develop protection of viruses, for example, I mentioned a spray or special coat.
So what about like a research in laboratory with virus now? Like, is that medtech?
If you're a researcher, we're looking at that. And if you're really working in research areas, yes, that's what we want as well. And then you have to have a very strong academic background, as well as we want to check your articles. But yes, that's definitely what we want to attract. So yeah, if you're working in this industry, for example, helping us to protect our virus for a certain period of time, or helping medical practitioners if they need to treat their patients, if you can develop something that they don't require the nurses to approach patients in a very short distance, then it's really good as well. I know someone is developing that at the moment. If you're one of the person working in this industry, please contact Vivian.
Oh wow, so excited. Okay, all right, cool. So well, I think we've covered quite a lot today about the GTI updates and why we're so successful doing it. So if you think you qualify, or you're not sure if you qualify, but you're in one of those 7 sectors, feel free to contact me. So I'll leave all my details down below in the info box, so you can contact me via my info. So thank you very much, Joanna, today, and we hope to see you next time. Please subscribe and like our video, and then you can keep having information from us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.